Good morning, friends and neighbors and friends. How's everybody feeling on an early Sunday morning? Pretty good, I hope. Just relaxing, and I'm having a lot of thoughts about what's going on in our society today. As evidenced by the mask, we still have the COVID pandemic, and we still have riots in the streets. We have people trying to set up cop-free autonomous zones, which must then be entered by police because they clearly can't govern themselves as well as they thought they could. And basically, we are experiencing a bad remake of the 60s. Even with all these explosive times and all these emotionally triggering events that just get people more and more divisive, people sometimes forget this can be completely managed. You can hear both sides of the division and you don't have to stay neutral. It's perfectly okay to pick the one that you feel the most comfortable with. There's nothing wrong with making that informed decision. But once you do, it's kind of a heck of a lot better to not bash and crash the other side because of their perceived limitations and failures. Just like you've made your choice, they've made theirs. Some people like chocolate, some people like vanilla. Literally, let that be. And number two, you may want to use that choice for an overall benefit instead of a destructive tool. You really care so much about civil rights and ending racism, maybe don't be racist. And if you feel that your rights might be infringed upon by the wearing of these unattractive articles of clothing, well, unfortunately, we live in a country with laws, and even the ones you don't like, while you're not prevented from speaking out against them, you still have to follow them because we don't live in a state of anarchy. And sometimes that means we got to toe the line. Maybe a big hit, maybe a little hit, but you got to do it nonetheless. That's respect. And number three, maybe be a little bit less concerned about what them other suckers who don't know how to act are doing, and be a little bit more concerned about what you're doing because you presumably do know how to act. To quote one of the Stoic philosophers, I don't want to pick the wrong one, their best quote is, "Don't spend such much time talking about what a good man ought to be. How about just being one?" That is the absolute truth, and I will state it every day till I'm no longer here. Other people's shoddy behavior, whether it's stupid, misguided, low class, vulgar, whatever, is beyond our control. We cannot mind hack and retool people to stop being assholes, for lack of a better term. What we can do is look in the mirror and work on our own little processes and make sure that we ourselves don't act like the aforementioned assholes, pardon my French. Or, to use a phrase that I'm pretty proud of putting together, we can accept other people because we cannot control them, and we can also reject people because they cannot control us. That doesn't mean we have to go out and be friends with everybody, okay? You don't say, "I see good in all people," and then ignore the fact that the good makes up about 5% of them. If you're able to not be around people who are just doing the wrong thing that you just find undesirable, by all means stop. But if that avenue is not available to you, do everything in your power to not be affected or tooled or gaslighted or anything by them. Some people call that gray rock. That's fine. That's the best plan B that I can think of. And that's all I got to talk about this Sunday morning. Hope you enjoy it, and hope the message is received. Bye.